Hey everybody, it's Casey Davis with My Life on the Me List, and this is episode 2 of my minimalist journey. And in this episode, we're going through some packing things up, getting ready for my move, and just kind of showing what that process is like. So let's get at it. All right, so I have been spending a lot of time this week kind of packing things up and getting things ready since I move officially next week into my apartment, and there's just been a lot of things to go through, and I have to end up going back to the store so I can get more of the packing paper. I was using newspaper before, but then all the ink gets kind of like on your fingers, and then it just gets all over your dishes, and it just makes things gross. And so I went and purchased some packing paper, and I've ran out twice, and so I need to go and get some more. But let me show you what I've kind of done already. So this is my dishes, just basic dishes, and this is a pretty big box, and I'm almost done. And I still have this stuff to pack in there. And then I've also got plates and bowls and things like that to work through. I still have this stuff I've got to fit. So, I mean, it's not a lot of stuff left, but it's still some good things. This box is my china that I've already packed, and I have just a little bit left that I put somewhere else for kind of storing. But yeah, so I've got a little bit more to do, and I've packed up my bedroom for the most part. Got the garage a little bit done, as I showed in last video. And I know it still looks like there's a lot on here, but I'm actually not taking really any of this stuff. I'm taking all of those power tools there, but everything else is kind of like Christmas stuff that my ex is taking. And if you saw the picture from last time, and I'll show you that picture right there. So as you can see, there has been some improvement. And then even over here, we figured some things out, and I'm actually taking this thing now so I can store some of my music and recording things like that in there, and it was full of a bunch of things, so definitely some progress. This closet is fully cleaned out now, so this is great. One down. So also ended up taking the TV off of the wall mount because the wall mount is actually staying here for my buyers, and so we left that actually in the wall, but I just put it down. This is the little entertainment center that I'll be taking, and I've got some of my movies in there and an old Blu-ray player and things like that, so that's all taken care of as well. Here's my closet after last video with getting rid of some things and kind of following the tidying up KonMari method. So it looks pretty good. I should be able to easily fit this in my new place. Cleaned up all my stuff up there. I did move in some things onto this side as well. So I got rid of some extra shoes. I went through all these bins. These bins have things from like my high school and a lot of memory things like that. And then that's some extra bedding. But yeah, it's looking good. We're just kind of working through some stuff and getting things ready. I booked my U-Haul, so that's all ready to go. I have to actually pick it up at like 9 in the morning, and the nice thing about the U-Haul is it's right across the street from my apartment complex, so I'll go pick up my U-Haul, and then I go into the apartment and do my kind of walkthrough. 1 week down, and then we'll be in there. So I had a question about what are some of the steps that you take when you've had to move. I started out doing the U-Haul and figuring out what the cost of things would be for the size of U-Haul that I think that I needed. I've mentioned before I'm coming from a pretty large house and going to a smaller apartment, and so on the U-Haul website, and I just use U-Haul because I've used them before. It's no promotion or any tag like that through U-Haul in this video, but that's just who I use. And so U-Haul, they have prices for how large of a vehicle that you need, and that size of the vehicle, it also says like it's based off of going from this size to this size or kind of things like that. And so I found one that would work for me, and then I started packing things up and consolidating things into one room, and I'll show you what my room looks like right here. So here's my room so far. So my ex and I, we've been putting things in separate rooms, so then it's kind of easier for us to figure out whose is whose. And so I've got most of my things that are going with me in this room. I still have a few things like in the garage, in my bedroom and things like that, but like I got rid of a lot of things that I don't need, so I'm really happy about that. So not too much to move as of right now, but gosh, it might end up being more than what I was originally thinking. And so in there, that's kind of where I've figured out how large of a truck that I think I'm gonna need. I do have some larger pieces of furniture that are in my garage that I've purchased for my new house, plus I have a king-size bed that I haven't shown you guys that I'll be moving as well, but it's a split king, so it's basically two twin beds pushed together because I have the adjustable bed that way, and so that'll also be going into my truck. And so I figured out roughly what I need from there, and I have all of that in the room, or at least starting to move into the room, and that's where I started. And then I found some boxes that I've been recycling from friends and from other places, people that I've been giving them for free. I've gone out and purchased a few as well. And then we've been starting to pack things through. But I'm curious, comment below on the steps that you typically take for packing things up and anything that you do special to pack things up. And then we can kind of see how everyone does that. Hey everybody, so some bad news. Unfortunately, we lost the sale of our house last night on Wednesday. We're supposed to be signing on Friday, so it kind of sucks. So I'm actually in the car right now. I've got all three of my dogs. There's two of them. There's Oliver, and then there's Iggy, and Liam's laying on the floor. But we had to relist the house, and so it's really disappointing, but I wanted to share this experience with you guys. I contemplated if I should or not, but I talked to my friend about it, and this whole blog is about me sharing my life with you guys and going through the good and the bad. And so it's disappointing on what happened. I'm not going to get into what happened and what caused the sale of the house to go through, but it did, and we're hoping for the best. I've got 3 showings today. We listed it this morning again, and there's Liam. Hi, Liam. A lot of stress is coming through it. We had to get everything out of the house because our house was just filled with boxes, as I kind of showed you earlier in the video, and had to restage the house and get it ready, and spent a lot of time last night because we found out late yesterday that we lost the sale. And so, I mean, this is kind of the stuff that happens, unfortunately, with houses, and nothing is for sure until you sign on the dotted line, and we're proof of that. So I'm staying positive. We've got a lot going for us, and hopefully something comes through quick. I mean, this is the second time this has happened with this house, and the last time it was only a couple days in between before we got another full price offer. Hopefully it all goes through well, but I'll let you guys know. But I wanted to share this, and I could use a little help and some encouragement and some encouraging words from you. So in the comments below, what are some ways that get you out of the dumps? Mine is just throwing myself into work. As soon as we found out, I immediately just got to work. And that's kind of how I get through it, and I'm just staying positive because I know eventually something's going to happen. Comment below on how do you get through tough times like this, and what are some tips and tricks that you have to keep me feeling good about this process, because it's exhausting. We'll make it through it, and I'm excited to hear some of your tips and tricks for staying positive when it's tough. So bye for now, and hopefully in next week's video I have some better news about moving forward and things like that. But all right, we'll talk to you later, guys. Till next time.